The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics released their jobs report revision where they revised down the number of jobs by over 818,000 and what this might mean for the Fed interest rate in September. We have a major update in the SEC versus Kraken case, and the last thing that we're going to be going over is Sony makes a partnership to create a blockchain on Ethereum. Make sure you guys tune in all the way to the end of this video to find out all the details. Hey guys, Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. If you guys could do a couple of things for me, if you guys go in and like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Click the bell notification down below so YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. Watch my videos all the way to the end. If you could share my videos and share my channel with anyone. I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can. I definitely need your guys' help in doing so. On my channel, we talk about anything that's going to be impacting financial markets. We talk about the stock market. We mainly talk about cryptocurrency on my channel, but we're also talking about the political landscape, especially because we are in an election year. Getting started, today's going to be Saturday, August 24th. The total market cap for all cryptocurrency right now is $2.28 trillion. This is a 1.79% increase on the day today. On the week, we are also doing very well. Fear and Greed Index, we are at a 56. We are neutral. We're dipping close into that greed section. Over in the week, though, we've still been, playing around in the neutral section, but we are dipping very close into the greed section. Bitcoin currently at $64,260. Ethereum, $2,795. And XRP at 62.03 cents. On the 7-day, we can see some big gains right now. Bitcoin 8%, Ethereum 6.92%. We have XRP 9.26%. We have Cardano, 19.14%, so doing very well in the top 10. Looking at our biggest gainers and losers, again, on the biggest gainers and losers, we have a lot of volatility in the cryptocurrency market. Again, nothing I say in this video should be considered financial advice, but there is a lot of volatility in the cryptocurrency market. There are a lot of coins in the cryptocurrency market. We even have more volatility in certain coins like meme coins. So some of our meme coins are our biggest gainers. We got Pepe currently up 12%. This is a meme coin. Render, not a meme coin, currently up 11.3%. Whiff, meme coin, currently up 10.9%. Bonk, meme coin, 9.5%. Popcat, currently up 6.5% on the day, meme coin. But we have some small losers. TAO, not a meme coin, down 2.6%. And then Leo, down 0.5%, not a meme coin. EOS, down 0.9%, not a meme coin. But if we look at the week, our meme coins did very, very well. Popcat, 73.5% increase. Whiff, 40.4%. Pepe, 31.1%. So we have a lot of volatility again, so invest if you guys are going to invest. Don't invest money that you're not willing to lose into the markets. And again, choose coins that have real world value, in my opinion. Again, if you want to gamble your money in meme coins, go right ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your guys' money. I'm not dipping into any meme coins, but, do what you guys want. Getting into our news, though, we saw a 818,000 job revision by the Biden and Harris administration that claim that they have created aren't actually true, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is the largest downward revision in over 15 years. With this, CBS News reports that the revised data comes after July's weak unemployment report. That sparks concerns that the U.S. economy could be cracking under the highest interest rates in 23 years. The downward revision adds evidence of a slowing labor market and could reinforce the Fed's revision. The Fed Reserve's plan to start cutting interest rates soon, economists say. We saw it in the last FOMC meeting where Fed Chair Jerome Powell said that they were going to keep interest rates the same. We're possibly going to cut interest rates in September. With this unemployment rate, everyone was expecting prior to the unemployment rate, so not this jobs revision, but the unemployment rate data, before it came out, they were thinking that there was going to be a 50 basis points or 0.5%, so it's 0.50, so 0.5% interest rate cut. After the unemployment report came in, people were speculating that there was going to be now a 25 basis points or 0.25%, 0.25% interest rate revision downwards. So with this, we could see a 25 to a 50 basis points interest rate cut. In my opinion, again, no financial advice. I do see us seeing a 25 basis points, but with this jobs report, the Fed could swing it a little more with that 50 basis points. Only time's going to tell. Also, on top of this, Kamala Harris backs President Biden's 44.6 capital gains tax proposal. This is the highest in history. This proposal also includes a 25% tax on unrealized gains for higher net individuals. So, we're going to talk about the capital gains tax first. So, if you guys decided that you guys wanted to invest, let's say $100, and let's say you guys profited $100 in the market. So your $100 turned into $200. You now have to pay taxes on that $100 that you invested. With this capital gains tax, you are going to have to pay $44.60 with this capital gains and proposal to the federal government because you invested your money. You could have lost your money in the markets, but because you succeeded, because you invested your money strategically and you profited, you're now going to have to pay a 44.6% capital gains tax on that. Absolutely horrendous in my opinion. This will cripple our economy in my opinion, because less people are going to be willing to invest in companies, and companies are going to start to cripple and crack underneath this because they use a lot of their stock markets to kind of just decide what their valuation of their companies with. So if they ever needed to get like a loan, for example, on their company, they can use their stock options as a leverage for that loan. In my opinion, again, absolutely horrendous. And then a 25% tax on unrealized gains for higher net individuals. But who says that people can't become higher net individuals? Once they institute this, they could say, well, you know what? Hey, it's been working very well. Now we're going to trickle this down to some lower net income individuals. So let's say you guys made like $100,000 in the market. You haven't sold anything yet. You're on a $100,000 unrealized profit. With this $100,000 unrealized profit, you're going to have to somehow come up with $25,000 to sell and, come up with $25,000. If you don't have it in your bank account, you're going to have to sell your stocks. When you sell, you're going to, again, have to pay the capital gains tax and then a 25% unrealized profit. In my opinion, absolutely horrendous. They have no clue what they're talking about. But put your guys' thoughts down in the comments on this below. Getting into this, the iPhone 16 is coming soon. It will be Apple's biggest release with iOS 18, 10 features you guys can't miss. We talked about this on my channel. ChatGPT will be included. Tap to Pay will be included. In my opinion, this can cause a lot of controversy, especially with a lot of people who scam and steal money, stuff like that. So we're going to see a lot of cybersecurity risks with this. Smart Script, in my opinion, I think is actually pretty cool. The new series coming out. Cleanup, you guys can clean up and edit some photos, choose to take people out. Jamoji, not really a huge fan. The new Notes app, not really a huge fan of that either. Messages via satellite, this is kind of interesting on that aspect. First, look at Apple's intelligence. You guys can ask Siri a bunch of things. This is basically their AI. In my opinion, absolutely do not want this on my phone. And then control your iPhone with your guys' eyes. In my opinion, kind of creepy, but also kind of cool. We're moving on with the world, in my opinion. We saw Apple release their I don't know, ski mask thing. I can't really think of the name of it right now. They were like $5,000, but obviously pretty cool. But, technology is advancing super fast, and if you're not keeping up with it, this is how a lot of people are losing money in markets. Elon Musk decided that he wanted to close his ex-office in Brazil, says it was very difficult. This is due to the censorship. He said if we agreed to Alex Andre's illegal secret censorship and private information handover demands, there'd be no way we could explain our actions without being ashamed. Completely agree with this. Absolutely horrendous. We're seeing a lot of censorship across the United States but even more globally. And we could see this interfering with a lot of different aspects. We see people being jailed right now for things that they're saying over in Europe. We see a lot of censorship right now in our news media. We see an 84% positive increase or positive light on Harris coverage and an 89% negative coverage on former President Trump. A lot of bias, in my opinion, with the news media trying to interfere with the elections. Again, a lot of people don't say election interference. This is the data right here that shows that we do have it. We're not seeing equal coverage. We're not seeing them talk about Trump's positives. They're only talking about his negatives. We're not seeing them talk about any of Harris's negatives, only positives. In my opinion, completely horrendous. We saw Robert F. Kennedy Jr. yesterday decide that he is going to drop out of the presidential race, so he's no longer going to be the independent candidate. So there's, in my opinion, going to be nobody on the ballots besides former President Trump and Kamala Harris. One's Democrat, Kamala Harris, Republican, Donald Trump on the ballot. If you were voting for Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he fully endorsed former President Trump for president, so he threw all of his support, wants all of his supporters to vote for Trump, came out and destroyed the Democratic Party in his speech where he dropped out of the race, says that the Democratic Party has become the party of war, censorship, corruption, big pharma, big tech, and big money. We see a lot of big money on the Democratic side. The majority of Republicans are hardworking individuals, people who work 9 to 5s. You see a lot of celebrities who are voting Democrat. Why are they voting Democrat? It's because they know how to keep their money. They're trying to endorse these individuals so that they can stay wealthy. The wealthy stay wealthy. This is the way that they do this. Majority of people who are rich and famous are celebrities. They vote on the left. Again, just use this data with what you guys will. Former President Trump responded to Kamala Harris, says, as president, I will grow our economy and I'll lower the cost of everyday needs in healthcare, housing, and groceries. What people don't understand, she's in fucking office right now. How the fuck can you not do anything right now? You still have a few months before the election, and you have several months before the actual turnover if you do not become the president of the United States. With this, since Kamala took office, with President Biden again, so she is vice president, President Biden is the president, but gasoline is up 51%, electricity 32%, airfare 23%, groceries 22%. Rent, 22%. Eggs, 47%. Car insurance, 54%. K through 12 food. I work in the education system. I work as a high school teacher. Up 66%. Absolutely horrendous. Lunches right now at my school are $4, and it comes with next to nothing. With this, how can you not start doing this stuff now when you are in office? We see excuses of why things aren't getting done, but you've been in office 4 years. You cannot blame former President Trump for these. And I'd be very upset, again, if all of this stuff was happening under Trump's administration and he was saying, I can do this, I'm going to do better. Why didn't you do any of this while you're in office? Okay? We need the Biden administration to be held accountable for their actions. We need to see some of these individuals put in their place. Getting questioned, having hard-hitting questions, not these questions that they basically just do these, full circle, word salad answers that she comes out with. We saw former President Trump have his first outdoor rally since becoming, since his, oh gosh. Sorry, I'm losing my mind right now, getting irritated. So, we had former President Trump have his first outdoor rally since his assassination attempt. In this rally, he had bulletproof glass. Right there, you can see his bulletproof glass. In this, he sees one of his supporters pass out. He ends up leaving that bulletproof glass. Now go check on his supporter. We don't see any of this happening. Okay? We don't see this. One, Secret Service did a horrendous job at that rally in Pennsylvania when a shot got taken at him, hit him in his ear. But for him to come out after having that happen to him, go away from coverage where he can get technically hit again, goes and checks on his supporters. Again, he stood up yelling, fight, fight, fight after this happened. In my opinion, I'm sorry I'm getting political with this, but we are getting close to our election year. We need this to happen. We are so close to November. We will see what happens. Again, if Kamala Harris becomes president of the United States, will this suck? In my opinion, yes. But will we keep on fighting for a better economy, a better future, a better United States? Yes, we will, in my opinion. And I will stand. Keep on doing this. I will keep on giving out all this information. We see with our Watcher Guru news. Dubai officially approves Bitcoin and crypto for salary payments. I will never take cryptocurrency as a salary payment, maybe in a stable coin, because of the volatility. Again, people have to support their family. But if you want to do this, you have the ability to in Dubai. Could we see this happen in the United States? I do not see this happening in the US. But SEC, completely a joke right now with cryptocurrency. We'll see what happens with this later on, but we need Congress to act, and I don't want Congress to say, yes, we are going to officially approve some of these cryptocurrencies as payments. That's not what we need. We just need some common sense regulation laws on cryptocurrency. We've been asking for it for a while. Kamala Harris is to raise the corporate tax rate as well from 21% to 28% if elected president. Again, corporates provide a lot of jobs. Could the corporate tax rate go up? Yeah, it could. It was at 35%. Former President Trump reduced it to 21%. Could we find common ground at 28%? Yeah, I agree. Could we see this as a benefit in the United States? Sure. But we have too much overspending, in my opinion, in our government. So we don't need to keep on increasing taxes to fund what we're doing. We just need to stop funding these stupid agendas, stupid policies, stupid things. And we could actually get out of our deficit. We are over $33 trillion, close to $34 trillion in debt. Raising taxes Doesn't mean, okay, hey, we can spend more money now because we have money. We need to reduce the deficit. Our deficit has never been reduced. So, again, we need to figure this out. Kamala Harris is considering Gary Gensler as Treasury Secretary if elected president, according to the Senate sources. Did a terrible job at the SEC, but we know that he was the finance manager, finance campaign person. He was the head of the campaign for finance for Hillary Clinton. So, he's moving his political career up. Chair of the SEC now could be, if elected president, our Treasury Secretary of the United States. Absolutely horrendous. Would not be a great fit. I don't see this happening. If he does get elected, if she does get elected, though, only time will tell if this is actually beneficial, in my opinion. Would be absolutely horrendous. Tether to launch a stablecoin pegged to the UAE currency. I don't see Tether as a negative doing this. We see a lot of countries moving away from the US dollar as the global reserve currency. So Tether's just trying to further their business. In my opinion, I don't see this as a super negative. Hurts the US dollar, but doesn't hurt the cryptocurrency market. And this is why I say meme coins are absolutely horrendous. Be very careful. Hackers get into it. The McDonald's MCD Instagram was hacked where they pumped and dumped a SOL Solana altcoin. Was a meme coin. The MCD Instagram description now reads, "You have been rug pulled." Okay? Absolutely horrendous. This is what it says right here. In my opinion, they took over $700,000. I'm not going to repeat any of the stuff that it said, but that's what they do. Be careful on clicking on links. Don't always trust sources. Majority of these corporations will never actually come out with a meme coin or a coin that they shill to their customers. So obviously common sense should have played a role in here, but also they shouldn't be allowed to be doing this stuff. So we'll see what happens. Hong Kong Bitcoin ETF saw a $15 million inflows today. This is the highest in a month. Slowly and steadily, Bitcoin is increasing. We saw this over the week. We saw Bitcoin go from 59,000 to 64,000, close to 65. Okay, we'll see what happens. A joint venture between Sony Group and Startail unveiled a new blockchain built on Ethereum. If you guys click on the links, again, everything's going to be in the comments below. A joint venture, this is for VentureBeat. A joint venture between Sony Group and Startail, the new blockchain built on Optimism Superchain, unites leading Web3 project and infrastructure pioneers, including All-Star Network, Circle, Chainlink, Alchemy, and the Graph plans to bridge the gap between decentralization, innovation, and everyday consumer applications in entertainment, gaming, and finance. Super interested in this project. I probably will get invested into it. I see it as a profit. Again, nothing I say should be considered financial advice. Do some research on that, though. It's interesting. Ripple payments partner Uphold Incorporated, Uphold Inc., okay, has partnered with an early RippleNet user, DLocal. DLocal will use Uphold's Toper to introduce bespoke payment solutions in Latin Incorporated, Brazil and Mexico, and specialized bank transfers in Chile and Colombia. Ripple is keep on succeeding, in my opinion. I see this as a positive. Brad Garlinghouse comments, says, "I'm most certainly biased, but the Ripple Swells 2024 speaker list and Bloomberg as our official media partner will be the best." If you guys click on the link right here, it shows that Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO over at Ripple, will be doing this. Superintendent Adarine Harris, okay, NYDFS, supervises and regulates activities in insurance companies, banks, and other finance institutions in the New York State. Sheila Bauer, former chair of the FDIC and founder and chair of Systemic Risk Council. Francisco Marto, global head of blockchain of digital assets. Philip Martin, chief security officer over at Coinbase. I thought Paul Grewal was, chief legal officer is Paul Grewal. Chief security officer over at Coinbase, Philip Martin. Sorry, it was just mind boggled right there for a second. I was like, there's no way Paul Grewal's not there. Tim McCourt, senior managing director, global head, equities, FX, and alternative producers over at CME Group. Super big list. I'm going to be listening to the Ripple Swell conference. After it's over, I'll give you guys a little take on the update. I'm not going to be going to it, but I'm going to be listening. Zach Rector says, "So it begins, hashtag XRP." So the XRP, so the RLUSD, so this is Ripple stablecoin, okay, has officially made its first mint. So $185 was minted on RLUSD Treasury. With this, people don't understand is that every transaction that is minted, every transaction that is used using XRP burns a little bit of tokens. XRP has a max supply. So as XRP tokens are getting burned, this reduces the supply that's out there in circulation. And then it also, in doing so, increases the demand for XRP. If it's being utilized, less supply, we start having an increase in demand. We'll start seeing a big price increase. Again, do some research on it though. Cryptocurrency exchange Kraken must face an SEC lawsuit accusing it of operating an unregistered security exchange, a judge ruled. So this is that ruling between the SEC and Kraken. So the judge said that none of the tokens were considered securities, but they would have to go and fight the securities listing in the court case. Stuart Alderati says another court, this time in the Kraken case, confirms that there is no such thing as a crypto asset security. Bad news for the SEC, whose entire regulation by enforcement strategy hinges on this failed premise. And this is Marco Santora. I think he's the chief legal officer over at Kraken. So he's like Stuart Alderati, who's the chief legal officer over at Ripple, and Paul Grewal is the chief legal officer over at Coinbase. So today, the federal court for the Northern District of California ruled as a matter of law that none of the tokens trading on Kraken are securities. This is a significant win for the principle of clarity for crypto users everywhere. And it confirms that Kraken's long-standing position that it does not list securities. Furthermore, the court found that the SEC's self-serving intervention of the crypto asset security concept to be clear at best and confusing at worst. The court called the SEC's straw man tactics too, wondering aloud on the record why the SEC consistently mischaracterizes Kraken's position on requiring a written contract for there to be a security. Yet, the court has still permitted the case to go to discovery. How? Read on. Fundamentally, the court in Kraken's case made the same distinction as the Ripple case. A token isn't a security, but the agreements around a token could be. The SEC unequivocally lost on the tokens are securities theory and will not be permitted to rely on it going forward. Instead, it will have to prove for every alleged transaction on Kraken that the Howey test factors are satisfied. They aren't, and we look forward to proving this in discovery. Kraken will fight, and Kraken will win. So that's our update in the Kraken versus the SEC versus Kraken case, because the SEC sued Kraken, so you always say them first. In my opinion, I think that Kraken is going to absolutely destroy the SEC in courts, and they're especially going to use the Ripple case as precedent for this. But thank you guys for tuning into my video, and if you guys can invest with the big dog, stay on the porch. Thank you guys, and have a good one.